Okay. Signs of trouble. Alright, let's go to the coal burners track. I did, on my other game before I accidentally deleted it, did go west. Not a whole lot happened there. So let's go to the coal burners track, try this one. A track that connects Albinus to the watchtower recently built near the abandoned coal burners village. A coal burning business has moved, but the name's stuck. The road curves from a distance. You can already make out the watchtower, the residence of guards, and the toll collectors. A grisly scene of a recent felony is underfoot. A ransacked cart and a murdered family husband hacked down, wife raped and strangled, and the baby crushed on the ground. The body trail leads to the watchtower. Krieger wipes sweat off his brow from his slave damnation. Who could have done this? Where did the bandits come from? The trouble just started, and here they are. Cusses. The thugs must have gone to the tower and probably have an eye on the tower collector's money. You raise your hand, demanding silence, and take a closer look at the victims. We're only a few minutes late. The blood is still fresh. The bastards who did this couldn't have reached the watchtower. Let's pursue him and kill him. Dismount your horses before the fight. There's no getting new mounts, so we'd best spare the ones we got. It's not long before you catch up with the murderers. They didn't expect to see an armed band, but quickly scurried towards the forest. You're not letting them go. Oh, are you kidding me? Victory. +4 health, -1 energy. Carry 4 fragments of this card. Okay. We got some Strixes. You gained a level. When the fight is over, you glance at the tower. This is not that far. The sound of battle must have carried well. Yet nobody rushed to your aid, and on the other hand, what can you guard? What can a guard or two do against a gang of thugs? Still wondering about that, you tell your companions to ride to the tower. You find the gates to the tower open and no one on watch. You turn to Krieger, confused. Krieger looks around. This is what they call guard duty? Where is everyone? Stein should be on watch. He's supposed to be reliable. And where's the tool man? By the gods, what's going on? Stein! You cut your friend short. Stop yelling. You don't need to attract attention. Go see if anyone's badly wounded. Krieger shakes his head. They've got a couple of scratches, nothing dire. You rushed at them like wild beasts and everyone followed suit. After all we've seen, I'd tear this filth to pieces with my bare hands. You agree? That's about right. All the dormant filth in our land is showing its ugly face now. Alright, let's have a look around. I don't like this place. Watchtower. Looks unoccupied. What could have happened here? Town outskirts, you find someone who may have known what's happened. Examining the tower, there's blood on the rocks and the gate's broken. From the inside, it seems. Someone was killed here, Krieger. Someone, you say? I think it's obvious. Was either the toll collector, the second watchman, or Stein? I forgot who I dispatched here. But where are the bodies? Sod, that, Thorn. Let's go. Looking around. Wise words, Captain. We're standing. What are we standing around for? Waiting for those madmen to storm out of the town? Wish we knew where to run to.
Hey.
No, we must first get to the bottom of this. I don't want to even get into even more shit. We're near deep in it as it is. And you, Fisk, any thought? What say you, Krieger? Where to? I think that's enough talk. maybe it ain't the reaping at all. I'd say we find a quiet place to hide and sit out. That's what I'd always do if it works. That's what I always do, and it works out every time. Just like when you hide your ass during one of those benders, huh? Where'd that get you, you drunken fool? Fisk a drunken fool. If it's a reaping, you can't hide. Doubly true if it isn't. Don't you worry, they'll find us. Why would they be looking for us? Not like we've done anything wrong. Killed a couple of townsfolk, but it was all like self-defense. I tried telling that to the officials. I'd rather control my own fate, thank you very much. I don't want to crawl into a hole and get burned to a crisp like some kind of pest. What say you, Kruger? Where to? Well, turning to town is definitely a bad idea. Barely got away with our lives. I think we need to look for the sacred stones. That's not that far, especially on horseback. You think you're smart. The moment people realize what's going on, they're gonna all be rushing to Menhir. Let's ride to the stone further away, shall we? Not many people there. Just a small stockade. At the nearest stone, there'll be too many pilgrims from the neighboring towns and villages. Too much risk. Who knows how long the Strixes will last? What if we've merely a day left? Let's get to the nearest Menhir, the one that Dineford village. I think that's enough talk. We need to send a couple of soldiers to look for Stein. Let them search the periphery for a bit. Tower outskirts. We need to find someone who knows what happened. Hode, Brett, Filt. You got figure. Snoop around a bit. You command. Cheering. Check by the river. Just try not to be seen. If we find no one near the tower, we ride on. Let me go with Hode. Stop. Suggest. Who knows what kind of madmen lurk around the tower, our boys. We'll need to fend them off. The soldier draws their weapons and circle the tower. You notice Sop walking in front, obviously shielding Hode. Did you see that, pal? You ask Krieger. Soup's running around Hode like a pet dog, and Hode just turns his nose up. Strange friendship. Krieger laughs. Agreed. You know the nickname Scalp got by the company? Clodhopper. He's a kind fellow, very obedient and hardworking, but as soon as Hode's on the horizon, trouble's brewing. You shake your head, youngsters. Always have to keep an eye on them till the fighting toughens them up. Are they coming back already? That was fast. Isn't that Stein with them? Let's go talk to him. Stein, though. We found the head watchman. Let's hear what he has to say. Buckling his belt with his shaking hands, Krieger. Is this an inspection? What's going on? It's been a wasteland for half a day, and now there's a crowd. Why didn't you all stay at the tavern? Why so livid, Chief? And what's going on here anyway? Why is the gate open? Sign breaks into a grin and shuts one wing of the gate. Scorched on the front is half the same sigil you saw on Albinus's gate. Drawing his sword, stop. You don't touch the second one. Do you want to kill us, you son of a bitch? You'll awaken the curse if you do it. Calm down, Krieger. Stein meant any harm. Krieger's right, Stein. Don't touch the gate. Sod the gate. Let's get out of here quickly. Don't touch the gate. With a frustrated laugh. Did you shit your britches? Don't worry now. We're cursed. Not to do about it. That damnable mark really is a pain in the neck, though. But ice soothes it a bit. Want some? Angrily. Throw some of that damn ice down your britches. Gods. The town's gone mad. The guards are killing each other. We just got out of a pile of shit and now we're deep in it again. Squinting. So it's the same everywhere. Then all the marches, no one escaped. Then it all matches, no one escaped. But I didn't abandon my post. Then tell us what happened to your post. The sign didn't draw itself. I don't fiddle with symbols like some temple milksop. All I know is I saw a frightful creature. The tollman and I both collapsed where we stood. Ramlin was upstairs. I heard him falling too. Fortunate lad, he didn't fall out a window.
Yeah, but
This fiend got to the gate and drew some kind of mark, as if it burned it in. My neck felt like it was on fire. It bared its great teeth and told us that we're all done for. Well, as for those words, perhaps I was just hearing things. It has been practicing here or something? Damn, we're lucky to be in one piece, Stein. Did you not hear us calling? Where's the second watchman and the tollman? How did you manage to break the seal? Get your things and come with us. Did you not hear us calling? Doesn't make a lick of difference to me who's calling. I was picking ice from under the stones. If you don't believe me, hold a knife over the fire and press it to your neck. Then we'll see how you respond. So you're picking ice on your watch and nothing else to do? You want me to check imaginary carts? The only people I saw today are Rask the merchant, with that weird axe of his, and a dozen guards chasing after him. Not a single bit of luggage. Where's the second watchman and the tollman? About the toll collector, you see, there was an accident. He went berserk and attacked me. I fought for dear life and had to finish him off in the end. His corpse is behind the tower. Strange, ain't it? To live like a man and die like a beast. Ramlin just bolted. He must have gone to his home village in Dyneford, the one by the Mynheer. I don't blame him. As far as I'm concerned, he's better off than the toll collector. How'd you manage to break the seal? By accident. Ramlin was inside. He got so scared he tumbled down the stairs and knocked the rotten gate down with his empty head. That's when we felt some scorching heat. The tollman went mad right away. Lucky for Ramlin, he decided to go at me first. His eyes were bulging, his mouth was foaming. Ugly business. Get your things and come with us. I want to live the rest of my days in such a way that I won't feel shame. I will not abandon my post, and neither should you. You want to accuse us of something, Stein? I'll not judge you, Thorn, especially considering you're retired, but shouldn't Krieger be in charge of the soldiers and guards in Albinus? And kill our own guards and townspeople who are already killing each other? No, I'm not going to take part in that butchery. Get off of Krieger, everyone's got his own truth. Don't forget Stein, Krieger is a captain of the guard. More like Captain Coward. He should be sorting out his mess in town, not running for safety. I'll manage by myself, Thorn, thanks. As for Krieger, he'll definitely spend the rest of his days behind bars. Then you can drop dead right here. You don't want to get the Mynheer in 2 days and stay alive? Eat shit then. Nothing to do anymore. Nothing to do here anymore, Thorn. Let's go. Ramlin, a young guard, could have returned to his village near the Mynheer Valley. Dyneford Village near Mynheer Valley? If Stein's right, the second guest must have ran there to his family. What say you, Krieger? What kind of person is Ramlin? Not a bad fellow, but ain't worth rat's puke as a guard. A sorry whip is what he is, a fancy all fancy smancy. His only family is his grandma. She's a vandal of dark-skinned folk. You can tell she raised him by herself. The lad's got no father figure. Why'd you take him in then? Pity or something else? Or did someone ask you to? Who'd give a crap about him? As I said, he's only got his grandma. As for why I took him in, patrol's boring, you know? Ramlin knows every tale in the world, it seems. Every guard I know wanted to be on duty with him. Just listen to the stories he tells. Laughing. That's what too much peace does to guardsmen. Whatever. Having someone from Drinad village certainly wouldn't hurt. At least we'll have somewhere to spend the night if it comes to it. Continue your journey. We should move on. You ride for a couple of leagues from the tower. Krieger calls you over. I've got a feeling the Sarge is going to blame us for the toll collector's death. Wouldn't it be safer just to kill him? You're about to tell Krieger off, but then stop yourself. On one hand, Stein's not a bad person despite his insufferable demeanor. On the other hand, the last thing you need is guardsmen chasing you. Go back and kill Stein? Forget this suggestion. Let's forget it. You look at Krieger and shake your head. Sorry, pal. Killing someone by accident, even in self-defense, is one thing, but killing an innocent just so he doesn't get in the way, that's out of the question. The captain scratches his head. You know, you're probably right. I'm just getting too jumpy with all this shit we're going through. I'll soon be lashing out at people myself. Gotta get it in. Gotta let it go before some other nonsense gets in my head. The Miller's Track. Dry riverbed. The road follows a dry riverbed. Venomous stakes. Well, I don't think I want to deal with any damn snakes. So I guess we'll come over to the Miller's Track. I tried to go over here on my first campaign. It did not go well. You get a little bit of gold. If you search some bodies, that pisses Krieger off. And then you can have your assassin jump through the window. I think that gives you a little bit of reinforcement, or a little resources too, but not much. And then you bump into a merchant over here. So you look around, some landmarks, and he actually has a great item. Because you can buy a bag that actually gives you more gold. You look around, some landmarks are surprisingly familiar. You've been here with Krieger. You remember him mentioning a nearby grave, a battle site where a captain and his guard was buried. He was likely laid to rest with his weapon and the captain's insignia. Look for the burial. Tell your captains about the companion. Do not disturb the grave of a fallen comrade. I kind of want to look for the burial, but it's probably going to piss people off. Tell your companions about the captain. Look for the burial. You begin searching for the burial and soon come upon a lone gravestone. Somewhere underneath lies a Strix, a priceless commodity in these troublous times. Extract the Strix from the burial. Krieger declares sacrilege and refuses to participate. Everyone shares the sentiment but realizes the importance of the Strix. No one tries to stop you. After digging the grave, you find the captain's insignia from your Strix. This has taken up too much time and you lost an entire day. Your company sets out demoralized. Oh, great. Strix lost. So I think I actually lost Strix on that. Once well trodden and convenient. This road was abandoned when a bridge became dangerously decrepit. A lone horseman comes out into the sight of the outskirts of Dinford village. His horse barely trudges along. It looks like it galloped without rest. The rider is just exhausted. You didn't notice him until you catch up with him. Krieger raises himself in the stirrups, glares at the traveler, and shouts, "Well, if it isn't Ramlin." "Wait, you knucklehead, you don't. You recognize your commander?" Taken aback, the lad hunches his shoulders and then sighs in relief when he recognizes Krieger. "Hello, Captain Krieger. What brings you here?" "I'm on my way home, not far off, in fact." Krieger squints to scan at nearby houses. "Your village isn't going anywhere, and your horse needs some rest anyhow. You'll ride the poor thing to death, you bonehead. Get off it before it crushes you." Ramlin gets off the horse, exhausted animal. You give the young guard a scornful glance and dismount in order to talk to him. You catch your breath, boy. Take it easy. Now tell me one thing. We passed a dozen hamlets yesterday, but didn't see a single person. Do you know what's going on? I don't know. I didn't stop by any hamlets. In fact, I didn't stop at all. Why did you abandon your post at the tower? We spoken to Stein already. He told us about the great creature and you breaking the gate and about the crazy toll collector too. We want to hear your side of the story. So the toll collector went bad, but Stein's alright. Gods be praised. I was so afraid to go back because I thought the two of them might kill me. What now? Do I have to go back to the watchtower? Go visit your grandma first. It's not far. You'll manage on foot. Consider it a short leave from Stein. Tell me, why didn't you go to Elbanus for help? I was so shaken with fright. I chose the familiar path to my home village without thinking. When I came to my senses, it was easier to keep going. My grandma is a great healer. Maybe she'll help me with some of the mark on my neck, and if she can't, Menheir's nearby. So the plague's gotten you too. I doubt a village healer can cure it. Go straight to Menheir after you visit your grandma. It's safer that way. We don't have a spare horse, so you'll have to walk like Krieger suggested. Do you notice anything strange on your way? The footprints, maybe. Lots of them. Looks like a party on horseback larger than yours. I didn't see them, even though I rode without rest. But my guess is that they're heading for our Menheir. I noticed that too. I can't imagine what company this could be. It's too big for a Burkanen patrol. Could it be bandits? I hope they don't find their way into our village. Never seen any bandits in these parts. We're not rich, and there are several bows and lances on every home. They'd lose more than they gain. There's also a watch around Menheir, and they'd come to our aid. Alright, we'll deal with those mysterious horsemen later. How did you manage to ride for so long? Well, I know a sort of incantation. Bucks you up a bit. Learned it from my grandma. She's the one of the Vandals. They know their stuff. Can you buck us up? So you're a sorcerer. Or not? Not yet, too tired. Besides, I'm a bit of a weakling compared to my grandma. She's very skilled, and she's got special powders and poultices. We'll definitely see your grandma on the way back. I hope she sells us some potions to keep us healthy. We'll have to set out. Yes, of course. I'll drop by Grandma's and head to Menheir. I suppose I'll return to Stein afterwards. Don't think me a deserter, Captain. Just go already. Nobody's accusing you of anything. Visit your grandma or return to the watchtower. We are too preoccupied to care. You pass a village's empty streets, strike you as odd. A feeling foreboding sets in and you shrug it off. Right now, your only goal is the Menheir. Everything else comes second. The villagers must have gathered near the sacred stone, Phil says. It's a holiday after all. You agree, relieved. Indeed, the villages near the Menhirs traditionally hold spring festivities. Lost in thought, you don't immediately notice someone addressing you. Filt calls you again, pointing up the road. There's something smoking there. The scavengers circle the black plumes. You slow down and take a closer look. Looks like a battle site. A heap of corpses sits in the middle of the road. So many bodies, men and women, young and old, even children. There's a scaffold of some spears sticking out of the ground. The smell of blood makes you lightheaded. You trot closer, pulling back the reins of the horse. Scorched and torn asunder, these people died without making a sound, their mouths choked with dirt. Severed limbs lie nearby. You turn around slowly. Glenda stands nearby, clutching the hilt of her sword. The others stand further back, frozen in place. Glenda sobs. She's petrified, unable to get a word out. Feeling sick, she runs off on stiff legs. You order your men to help Glenda and keep their distance. A low whisper draws your attention. You notice a pregnant woman struggling under the corpses. She suffered severe mutilation, won't last long without aid. It seems this woman will deliver a child within a matter of hours. If you leave her to die here, the child dies with her. If you bring her along, she'll be a great burden, not to mention the baby. If it survives, leave her be, put her out of her misery, try to help. You wait out in the courts and pull the woman out from under the pile. Your companions come to your aid. The group lacks a healer, and is pointless to return to the village. These corpses are all that is left. It seems you have to bring the woman to Manir. Well, I raided a grave, so I'll try to make up for it, I guess. You stop your company at the bridge. Suspicious figures stand on the other side. The watchmen's bodies hang nearby, close to the blood-soaked Manir. Vic grows pale. Aren't they Ensies? The old chronicles call them abominations. I've read they wield enchanted blades that can fly. Reap time is upon us. Draw your sword. They noticed us. Be on guard. These aren't fools. They've gathered near the bridge. We have to dismount. Don't swarm in narrow path like this. You'll only get in each other's way. Glenda, look out for the wounded girl. Look after the wounded girl. You order some of your companions to the bridge and the others to guard the rear. As you feel, the NCs want you on the bridge so they can bring it down. Hmm. Yeah, good. Keep that up. Need to do 13 damage to him. I think I got him. There you go. Leveled up. You notice Ramlin on the bridge. He totters along, eyes lifeless. You know the horrors he's seeing and want to approach him, but Glenda beats you to it. Ramlin hugs her and starts crying, nearly choking on his tears. You can't bring yourself to interrupt them. Glenda tries to calm him down while you listen to his jumbled account of what happened in the empty village. Judging by the bloodstains, some of the bodies were thrown into the river, and some. He goes silent. You turn your attention to the menhir. Ramlin. In spite of everything he went through, the lad seems to have regained his senses. Dully. They killed everyone in the village. Some were thrown in the river, others, well, you saw the corpses in the road, along the road, even people from the neighboring hamlets. Why did these bastards do this?
Hey.
I don't know. Seems they savor pain and death. In any case, we've purged this place of the abominations, and we'll kill any more of them we find. Touching the locket on his neck, my grandmother thought I was a wizard material. She even gave me her amulet. Let me come with you, Thorn. I don't want to be a wizard, I want to be a warrior. That's why I joined the guards. Take the amulet, please. Take the locket. There's a Strix in your grandmother's amulet that explains a lot. Strixes provide some protection from the reaping. so I manage our supply while we travel together. If you're ready to fight, follow orders, you can come with us. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Listening nervously, Ramlin opens his purse, shaking his hand, and gives you several magical cards.
Huh?
How did you come by magical cards? They're heavy, lead-like, and hot to the touch. And you say you don't want to be a wizard? The cards belong to my grandmother. I played with them when I was little. She said if they got heavier, that meant playtime was over and something bad was brewing. I want to give them to you. You're my senior. You should use them. Do you even realize what they are? Once they realized, grandmother said that these cards aid those who wish to use magic or shield themselves from it, but have no shamanic powers of their own. They're Quimran, and the Chimera themselves are said to be descended from those abominations. Examine the cards. I've heard of them. I wasn't expecting that they suddenly gained power. I won a couple myself. Who could have guessed the ancient trinkets could be of use? The reaping started, Thorn. What used to be superstition and legend is now manifesting through magic. You must have noticed that some items are displaying special properties. The cards are no exception. What use are your cards? Why are some broken? They're not broken, just incomplete. I remember my grandmother got hold of a handful of shards. She assembled the pictures, and then the shards sort of glued themselves together. Do you suggest I hunt for these shards everywhere I go? It's up to you. People have always collected fragments of these cards, even though they have no idea of their true value, using them as amulets and souvenirs. That's why you'll find many merchants selling them. Same with items which contain strixes. I don't want to do this because I feel like it's going to piss them off, but I'm going to do it anyways. You can normally figure out what a card does by the picture. They're not for wizards, remember? They're those deprived of such power, so each carries a clue. Easy as falling off a horse. Grip a card tightly and use your will to direct its power. They're useful, no arguing that, but I'm more at ease with the sword at my hip. You can't shatter an enemy squad with a hand of cards. Who knows? I've never used them myself, but it's possible a card might trump a weapon. Everyone can use them. It's worth remembering. Thank you, but it's time we left. Take care of these cards. Anyone can use them. Sometimes it's better to rely on a weapon instead of standing around and waiting for something magical to happen. I expect you to do more than just stand there. Don't tell me what to do, lad. If you can cast proper spells, do it, and thank you for the plaques. I have a feeling we'll need them. Well, you can count on me, and make haste. There's something strange and evil emanating from the Menhir. I wouldn't tarry. Strix receive 5. You watch Ramlin go and notice a commotion near the wounded woman. Greta stops as you run up. She's giving birth, Dad. Chase them all off and let Ramlin do his thing. She seems like he's the only one that knows what to do. Everyone runs around looking for clean water and rags. You don't remember feeling such pressure when they were commanding a company of soldiers. After all your effort, you finally are rewarded with the baby's cry. Glenda looks at you woefully. The baby's safe, but we couldn't help the mother. She's gone through too much. I'll search the supplies of the watch. Maybe I'll find some milk. But we need to find a safe place for the baby. We shouldn't delay. A lone survivor, sits near the Menhir. Springing up. Hold. You mustn't. Abominations corrupt the sacred stone. It only brings death now. I saw people die after touching the Menhir. The last captives were dragged atop the stone by those Ensies? Curses. So that's what they soaked it in blood. Damn witchery. Pieces of shit. Thanks for the warning in any case. Why in Terminum are you just sitting there? Aren't you glad to be saved? confused. Honestly, I can't even stand straight. I've already given up hope, but I'm truly grateful. Make no mistake, my name is Vi. I'm a wandering monk. My prayers to the gods will be on your behalf from now on in every temple in Burkana. My name is Thorn Brennan. I'm a retired captain of the guard. You'll meet others later. Before you get back to praying, tell me what happened here. Why did they let you live? Why did they leave you alive? The abominations didn't kill all the villagers right away. Some were captured and forced to dig a mass grave until it came their turn to die. The manure was showered in blood. I'm all that remains.
Hey.
Why'd they need a grave? They didn't bury those they slaughtered on the other side of the bridge. I have no idea. I think they just wanted to torture us for as long as they could. They made it as painful and horrifying as possible. Those fiends put so many to the sword, all in a single day. The grave. We'll have to make use of it, I'm afraid. How did the Watch manage to miss the whole mob of adversaries and captives? There were too many of them. First it was cavalry. We didn't even know it hit us. And then we heard the cries on the other side of the bridge. Even more abominations. Some of them lacked mounts and stayed behind. The others rode away. So that's what those prints were. The gods truly saved our necks. We could have been easily ran into them on our way here. You mentioned captives. What happened to them? I heard screams and the smoke rising. All dead. None were spared. Not children nor the elders. Show me your neck. Are there any marks on it? Agitated, so the plagues got you too. Let me tell you something. You know those rare gems called Strixes? They fight off the corruption, but only for a time. They burn out. We've heard all about it already, thanks anyhow. So how do you come across the Strixes and learn of their properties? I meant to meet the abbot in one of the temple libraries. Then a scroll about the reaping caught my eye. Usually no one reads them. I mean, it's just legend. And I've got Strix in my beads. An old tradition. All of us wandering monks wear them. Vi, you're the luckiest person I've ever met. The gods must be keeping you alive for some higher purpose. You've already told me what I needed to know. And what will you do now? Well, we'll just have to try another manure. The Enses couldn't have smeared blood on all of them, could they? There's a manure on the way to Ursus, and a small stockade around it. Perhaps the watchman there will be able to beat the abominations back. Let me come with you. I have to go to the temple in Ursus and tell the abbot what I've seen. At least I won't be able to be alone on half the journey if I join your company. Well, I can't leave you alone now, can I? Just know that you must obey my every order without question, and if you wish to stay with us. Also, it would seem they left us a couple of horses. How nice of them. 5 Strixes received. Watchtower. Now's a good time to tidy up and give orders. Health, energy, walking. Plus 5 health, it costs the next ability. Onslaught. I feel like just giving them straight health would probably be beneficial. Health. Attack. Unlock skill focus. Just want attack distance. So that's +1 attack. Skill shot. Alright, so I think this is a pure bonus. So let's do that one. Let's just get you more health. attacks. Okay, so that allows you to heal. Alright. Burial near the Menhir usually requires special permission, but none of that matters to you now. You decide against burying the dead bodies by the road. At least the fallen beside the Menhir have found a common grave, and no further business here. You prepare to depart. You notice Glenda is deep in thought. Before you can say a word, Glenda speaks up. Dad, why didn't you let me go on the bridge, Dad? Am I a bad fighter, or were you just going easy on me during training? You feign surprise, and who else would care for the wounded? Our men aren't exactly a nurturing bunch, so I just put my trust in you. And judging by how you can handle childbirth, I wasn't wrong to do so. As for going easy on your training, that's complete and utter nonsense. Who do I want to call as a witness? Hode is probably just going to be a jackass. He's kind of stupid. Brett might be objective. Let's call Brett. You turn to the lad. He nods agreeably. Lord Brennan never singles out anybody, but he really had it out for you, Glenda. Maybe that's why you're better than most of us. You can tell by Glenda's taken back by all the praise, and you decided to seize the moment. Grab all your stuff, all of you. The child's going with you, Glenda. There's a squad of Ences prowling about, so get back on the saddles, everybody, make haste. Leave the Menhir Valley. Nothing more to do here. It's time to head out.
In enemy territory, a campfire gives warmth, but the cold gives protection. Shadow Clan's code for warriors of peace. Year 1002 since divine retribution. Spring equinox. Kingdom of Frisia. The city of Voden. A procession approaches the city. Hundreds, no, thousands, walk to Voden, shackled and closely guarded.
You observe the surroundings from a tall rampart. It's your job to foresee any threats, especially those that might overlook something menacing in the air. It might have something to do with the prisoners. You're a bodyguard of the highest rank, a warrior of the Shadow Clan. Your client, Count Pelko Satori, shows you off like a golden belt buckle. It makes no difference to you. In the end, you are loyal to your clan. The streets are full of gawkers, city dwellers, and villagers who brought their whole families to the festival. However, the Temple Inquisitors, no mere itinerant entertainers, preside over the ceremonies. They offer a special kind of entertainment. They will be the executions and torture to commemorate the spring equinox. This time, there will be an astonishing number of victims. The city will drown in blood. Oh, that's kind of dark. I think I'm probably going to call it quits here for the day. I feel like I've been playing for quite a bit. My voice is still a little hoarse with the covering from the COVID. Alright, so this seems like a good spot to stop. So it looks like there's going to be multiple parties in this game. Alright, well I'm going to call quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. Thanks again to the subscriber that donated this game to the channel so we're able to see what it's all about. Have a great day.